I'm making fried bread dough today. I got a container of wheat and white right here that I thawed and let rest overnight. And then got one piece done. And another one right here frying away. We'll have to flip it here. Yeah, nice and golden brown. Never made this before, so I thought I'd try it. I got two different loaves of bread here. I'm gonna see how this turns out. Hopefully it turns out good. And look at that, it's just nice bread fried in my skillet. It's on medium. I'm gonna take a piece out here in my pan. It's quite a blob of bread. Tear some off and roll it into a ball. Kind of take it, stretch it out, squash it flat so it doesn't get too thick when it fries. I don't know. See how this stuff turns out. It's first time for me making this ever. It's a fried bread dough. See how it turns out, I guess. Woo! Put it on a paper plate and smush it flat. And then fry it. Hopefully, turns out right. Let's see. Look at that. And nice. Set that in the skillet. You see, I got two of them working away there, and I got two that are done. And I'm gonna tear into one of these here and see how it. This is one I already made. Real doughy, like bread. First touch is fried bread dough. I think I'm probably gonna have to go a little thinner on this, seeing as how it's getting rather thick and maybe a little too thick for what I was hoping. And I'll make another one here and spread it way out and see, maybe that turns out a little better, hopefully. I've never made this stuff before, so this is all new to me. I got one right here. I'm gonna smush it out about as flat as I possibly can. That's probably what I should have done from the get-go. We'll see as how, like I said, I've never made this before. It's a learning experience right now for me doing this, because get that one kind of flat like that. I said the flatter it is, the thinner it is, the quicker it'll cook. I've got a whole loaf of wheat bread here yet. It's kind of sunk down, but it's alright. It'll spread out pretty good, and then I'll fry it. Yeah, it's like, see that? It's just like a bread. I mean, it sat out all night long last night in my pan. My Mountain Dew is way across the room. Hold on. I have Mountain Dew. Of course, you can hear my dryer in the background. It still needs help. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience making something you've never made before. I mean, it looks pretty good and it tastes pretty good. I mean, it's just like chunks of squashed flat bread, really. I'm gonna go ahead and tear off some of this wheat bread here, and I'm gonna. Well, that wheat is really thick stuff. I'll take off a little bit more. I'll smush this flat in my plate. I'll show you here in a minute as soon as I get it done. See, I got a piece of wheat. And I guess I'll make sure I don't burn this. Take it out. I'll show you some of this here. I'm getting some pieces here. There's the fried bread dough. That's the white bread part of it. White fried bread dough. And I'll take and throw a piece of wheat bread in there. I got my oil preheated, all nice and. Let me show you. Look at that big glop of dough. Just try to work with that. Roll it into a ball. My hands are clean, of course. I made sure of that before I started doing this. I think I'm going to try to squash this out the size of the plate. So it's really like almost paper thin. Maybe then it'll fry a little differently and better, hopefully. And we'll see how it turns out. This one will be hopefully better than the last one. There, I squashed it out the size of the plate that time, and it's probably about a 1/4 inch thick. This last one I got in a pan here. That's the wheat. And that was a little bit kind of thick, that one was. This one, like I said, I'll spread it way out. As big as I possibly can. That way it'll stay thin. You see that? And go ahead and lay that in the oil, nice and gently. And while that's frying, I'll do another one. I don't know how this is going to turn out, if it's even going to be anything the rest of the family likes to eat or not. If not, I'll feed it to the birds. I mean, the birds will like it and they'll eat it. I know they will. We throw bread out almost on a daily routine around here that doesn't get eaten. It gets to a point where it's dry, and I know that nobody else is going to eat it around here, so I just throw it out and give it to the birds. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. I'll show you this. And there it is in the pan. That's the wheat fried bread dough, and I got another piece on stack. Like I said, I got some up here in the pan yet. I don't know, this is... I'm going to taste the wheat here as soon as I take this one out of the pan that's in there now. It's got a pretty good consistency to it. I mean, it looks nice. It's got good coloration, good texture. See that? Go ahead and set that over here, and I gotta put this new piece here I got all spread out in my oil and fry that. And there we go, it's in there. Now I'll take out another piece. Roll that into a ball. Looks pretty quick. I'll smush that into my plate, you know. I like to try different recipes and different things, and sometimes they turn out good, other times not so good. I've noticed once I put this into the frying pan, it's compressing and getting smaller than when I put it in the frying pan. As far as like diameter of it, it'll start out wide and it kind of shrinks up like this and gets smaller, which it's getting thicker in the middle, which is not what I want it to do. I hope this doesn't go to waste. I'm really kind of worried about this being a failure here. It was a DIY cooking project I wanted to do for everybody, not only you people in the audience of YouTube and out there everywhere else, but the people here at home that are maybe eat some of this if they so desire. There's another one, y'all. We'll fry that one up. I'm gonna show you the one I just fried. Ouch, hot son of a biscuit. See, there's that. It's about as thick as a potato cake almost. It's about the same size as one. It's pretty warm. I'm gonna tear this open. This is the first one I made of the wheat. Yeah, there's steam coming out of there yet. It's not done. So therefore, I'm going to put this back in the pan. I don't think this is going to be a success story here for this. I should have probably just turned it into a loaf of bread in like a bread maker or something. I think this is going to be a fail. I have a bad feeling about this. But I guess you live and you learn. If nothing else, I can have little pieces of bread with dinner tonight because we are having scalloped potatoes and ham that my mother-in-law is making. It's my wife's birthday today, and I'm trying to do something special for her for the dinner and cake. I guess we'll have some little pieces of fried bread dough with butter and whatnot on them at dinner time with our dinner, since this doesn't look like it's going to be something that's going to disappear off the table very fast. But anyway, yeah, there's the last piece of my bread. This one I'm gonna try to spread this sucker as thin as I possibly can. I'm gonna smuck it flat with something here. I'm gonna roll the can on it and try to flatten it out some. Maybe that'll help when I fry it. I probably should have done that from the get-go. Oh, I don't want to burn that. Okay, this one I rolled flat. You see that? How it's almost paper thin now. Look at that. We're gonna fry that. See how it turns out. And all I used on here was this. I used that to spray my bread when I was flattening it, and then this is what I'm frying it in right here. I use a little bit of variation of different stores, different stuff, you know, just to see what does what when it comes to the cooking process. Yeah, see now, got down to the very last piece. Right there. There's a whole pan. The darker ones here in the front are the wheat. The ones in the back here that are lighter, those are white. And as you can see, my pan is now empty. I guess if I learned anything from this, it's that thin to win. I should have had the bread probably about paper thin when I did this, instead of leaving it a 1/4 inch thick. But you know, life is a learning process, and part of that is cooking and trying different recipes and different things when you cook. And this is something I've never done, like I said, so you know, I had no idea how it was going to turn out or what was going to happen. I've had other people make this for me before, and it was always really good. It disappeared very fast, and it was done right. I mean, because they knew what they were doing, and I didn't, and I wanted to know. And I've studied on the internet different recipes how to do this, and I guess if I learned anything, you know, it's like I said, it's the thinner you do this, the better, I guess, is how it's going to turn out. I mean, be really thick like that, and well, you can see what happened. It's probably going to be doughy. It's probably not going to be the greatest, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll get eaten up and not go to waste. But anyways, everybody, there you have it. That was my attempt at making fried bread dough. And maybe if I can figure this out and get it a little better, I'll make a second revisited video to this to see if maybe I can have it turn out better and have something that y'all can build on or learn from as well. So there you have it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and any ideas or input into this, let me know. I'd sure like to hear it. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.